stopping by. I'm so excited that you're thinking about purchasing your very first home. My name is Corey Dunphy, and I'm a full-time realtor with RE/MAX Central and MonmouthCountyDreamHomes.com. And today I'm here to talk to you about everything you need to know about purchasing your very first home. I am going to break this video up into 3 separate short series. There's a lot of information, and I didn't want anyone to be overwhelmed or be forced to sit and watch a video that was too long. So let's get ready to get excited and learn about everything you need to know to buy your very first home. Tip number 1. Finances. Are you truly financially ready to purchase your very first home? Ideally, you need to have a credit score of around 700. I know it sounds high. There are a few programs out there that might work with people who have a little bit of a lower credit score in the 600s, for example, an FHA loan, but please keep in mind, you are going to pay more money for those type of loans. So if possible, please try to get your credit score up as close as you can to 700. If you have no idea how to do that, or you don't even know what your current credit score is, I'd be more than happy to put you in touch with a fabulous lender that can help you and guide you along the process. Or feel free to check out creditkarma.com or myfico.com, where both of those services are no charge. You don't have to sign up, there's no obligation, and they'll help you find out your credit score as well as giving you tips and tricks on how to actually get your credit score raised. Now, let's talk about how much money you truly need to purchase a home. Most first-time home buyers are under the impression that you must put down 25%. This is absolutely not true. There are programs that allow you to put down as little as 3.5%. For example, an FHA loan. The only difference with this type of a loan is, although the rates might be slightly lower than a conventional loan, you are going to pay PMI insurance throughout the life of the loan. There's also a program for a VA loan. If you're currently active in the military or even retired, this might be the best way for you to go. The biggest benefit with a VA type of loan, 0% down. There are also closing costs. Closing costs are basically what the bank charges you to borrow their money in the first place. For example, there's going to be a title search. You want to be sure that when you purchase your home, the next day you don't receive a knock at the door from somebody who says, "Hey, I have no idea who sold you that house. I'm the rightful owner. That's my house and I have no intentions on selling it." All things like this are taken care of early on in the transaction, and that's done through a title search. There are about 10 different items that go into your closing costs. Title search and title insurance, survey, mortgage fees and an application fee, homeowner's insurance, filing of the deed, escrow from mortgage company for future quarterly property taxes, and a homeowner's policy, prepaid interest for property taxes, proration of quarterly taxes and utilities, a resale package if you are dealing with an association, and of course, attorney fees. Have you been gainfully employed for the past year? You are going to have to show proof of how you're going to pay your mortgage. All of the information and how your income is received is going to have to be documented. Finally, do you have money saved up? Do you have a savings in the bank? Think about it. You're about to become a first-time homeowner. Things are going to change. You want to be sure you have some money saved in case anything should come up along the way. Remember, there's no landlord anymore. Now you're the one in charge. You're going to be cutting the grass, taking out the garbage, and when things need to be fixed, that is, you're the one who's going to be doing it. There's no more picking up the phone to call a landlord. And some of these things end up to cost money. So I like to recommend to my clients that they have a little bit of a savings just in case they need something to fall back on. You don't need to have $1 million in the bank, but some type of a comfy nest egg would help. So here we go. Let's move on to tip number 2. My personal favorite. Find yourself a great realtor like myself. Most people think when they're out searching for their first home that they have to pay to use a realtor. That also is not true. In fact, when someone decides to sell their house, they make the decision that they're going to pay the costs out for the real estate fees. They're going to hire someone to list their house, and whatever agent should bring that buyer to the house is going to be paid as well. also from the seller. So why wouldn't you want to use somebody? You get expert advice, guidance, and someone to do a lot of the legwork for you at absolutely no cost. Now, just because you don't have to pay for the realtor doesn't mean that you don't have a choice in who you want to use. Everybody knows somebody, or you might feel pressured to use your mom's friend's sister's cousin. It doesn't have to be that way. Buying your first house is a huge, huge experience and a decision. You want to be sure that you pick an agent that is going to have your best interest at heart. Someone that you trust, someone that you're going to get along with, because you know what? I speak to my clients a couple of times a day, every day throughout the process. You want to have that type of a relationship with someone. And you know what? It doesn't hurt to make the process a little bit fun, because it gets difficult and it gets stressful. And I think a little bit of humor helps everybody when they're out there doing lots of running around looking to make their very first huge, huge investment. So again, who you pick as your real estate agent is a very, very big decision. And you know what? It's not a problem if you want to bring in 2 or 3 agents to interview them. Many people feel that they want to do this to see who's the best fit for them. If you are going to bring in an agent, I would recommend asking the following questions. How many years are you in the real estate business? Some people feel much more comfortable when they are using a seasoned agent. That's not to say that someone who just got their license isn't just as good, but that might not be the direction everybody wants to go in. Ask, are you a full-time agent? I know a lot of agents who do real estate part-time while working full-time jobs. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but how much time are they going to have to show you properties if they're working another job? How familiar is the agent with the area you're looking in? Sometimes it's a really good choice to use someone who is truly familiar with the area you are house hunting in. For example, I myself have grown up and been in Monmouth County for 45 years. I consider myself more than familiar with the area. I grew up here and I'm raising my family here. So sometimes an agent who has lived or lives in the current area and can share some information that you might not get from just another realtor who doesn't know the area as well could be a big benefit. Try to use somebody local. Finally, do you have any client testimonials? Sometimes just reading about or hearing about how an agent works is enough to help you make up your mind. I'm not saying to just run to Zillow and check to be sure the agent you're interviewing has 5 stars. Let me tell you a little secret. I don't know that I've ever seen an agent on Zillow who has lower than 5 stars. But there are other things you can do. You can read the personal reviews and even ask the agent if they've received any handwritten letters or thank yous, or ask for references and give them a call. Okay, here we are. Tip number 3. Get pre-approved. If you have a bank that you feel comfortable working with, great. Go on in, talk to them, and see if they can help you out and give you as much information as you need. If not, I would be more than happy to send a qualified loan officer your way, somebody who can really sit down and go over the ins and outs with you, as well as getting you that pre-approval letter. Basically, what that's going to do, it's going to take a little bit of time. They're going to ask you questions, and we want to see how much you truly approve for to purchase a home. I work with lenders every day. I have absolutely no problem at all making an introduction. Getting pre-approved is so important for many reasons. But you know what? The most important reason, wouldn't it make your life a lot easier if you knew exactly what you can afford while we're running around looking at houses? It'll help narrow down your search and pinpoint you to certain areas that we should be focusing on. Another very important reason to get pre-approved is, what if we go out and you fall in love with a house, whether it's on day 1, day 2, or day 20? Before you write an offer, you're going to need to have this letter to show. A homeowner is not going to want to hear an offer and be willing to take their house off the market and stop showing it if they don't even know if the person interested has the money to purchase their home. This is something else we like to avoid. When you find the home of your dreams and I present an offer, or any realtor presents an offer, we want you to look as strong as possible. And your pre-approval letter is always included within the offer. So that's the end of video number 1. I hope you learned a little bit about what it is like to go out there and get ready to purchase your very first home. Please look for video 2 in the upcoming weeks, and we'll review the next steps to get you ready to find your perfect dream home. My name is Corey Dunphy. I'm a local real estate agent with RE/MAX Central and Monmouth County Dream Homes, and I look forward to seeing you again for video number 2.